around now. Every year, thousands of Americans become victims of fraud and scams. Thankfully, you could beat a con artist at their own game with the help of AARP's Fraud Watch Network and Quinnipiac University. Joining me now is Kathy Solomon, a professor, the chair of several departments over at Quinnipiac, and Tia Murphy, an AARP Fraud Watch Network volunteer. Tia, you've been here before. Kathy, it's your first time. Welcome to CT Style.
Thank you.
So I think a lot of people think this will never happen to me, but it can happen to anyone, fraud, correct?
Yeah, and we've decided, Quinnipiac's Department of Sociology, Criminal Justice, and Anthropology have decided to team up with AARP on fraud prevention because it's an issue that affects not just only older adults, but increasingly students and their families. So we're building on a relationship that we've had with AARP. They've been coming to our classes to talk about their programs and policies. So this is a new area for us.
Great. And Tia, what are some of the scams that people are seeing?
You know, there's always the grandparent scam that's out there.
Send money, right?
Send money because your grandchild has been abducted. There's the new one that's out, and a lot of people have been getting it, is the IRS. The IRS is calling you, and you got to do this immediately because we're going to come and arrest you.
We just got that phone call.
It scares you.
It
they actually called
you.
your house?
Yes, they just called my house too.
Yeah.
And did you know right away?
I knew exactly, because the IRS will never call you. You'll get a certified letter, and in that it may give you a phone number for you to call, but they do not call you. And that's the same with Social Security. A lot of different organizations that are government organizations, they communicate not in that manner. So when you're getting that kind of a call, it's a fraud. It's a fraud.
Got it. And some students are also taking part in this, right, Kathy?
Yes, so we're organizing a scam jam at Quinnipiac.
A scam jam? How fun this sounds.
Next Monday. So we're teaming up with the Fraud Watch volunteers and other professionals from like the Better Business Bureau, Department of Banking, Department of Consumer Protection to raise awareness about these local scams and to provide tips and resources so people can protect themselves and their families. And then we're planning to train students to be peer educators on consumer fraud issues so they can go out into the community and help people learn how to protect themselves.
Sure. Now, you two are professionals. You knew what to do when you got that phone call.
Right.
You knew it wasn't real. What do you do if you're at home and you think this isn't right?
You know what I always tell people is, number one, if you're getting a phone call from some number that you don't recognize, don't pick it up. That's why God made voicemail. You know, really, caller ID. The other thing is, most of the time, if you're getting a solicitation from somebody, or somebody is trying to tell you that they are someone that, like your grandchild, who's been abducted, you know, get as much information and say, you know what, I'll get back to you. And then call and find out where your grandchild is, because you would be surprised how many people don't. We had somebody who lost $50,000 because, and right after he had sent out the money, somebody his grandchild called and said, "Hi, Grandpa, how are you?" He's like, oh no.
Oh, you're happy to hear his voice, but then you realize...
You realize you're out the money. So really, don't answer the phone unless you have to. Fraud Watch Network on the AARP website. We have a lot of resources that are there. You can report a lot of it. And part of this scam jam that we're going to be doing, which is this collaboration, is that we're going to have professionals from law enforcement, cybersecurity, fraud prevention, who are going to come and give us tips to be able to tell us how to prevent becoming a victim of fraud.
Sure.
And we're bringing in students, we're bringing in people from the community. It's a free event, and one of your cohorts is going to be our moderator.
David Iverson is going to be out there. Fantastic.
Yeah. So that's a very, very exciting thing. So if people want to call and register to have a place, it's 877-926-8300. And, you know, it's going to be wonderful because it's going to be a multi-generational thing.
Sure.
Because it's not just for us older folks.
Right, everyone needs to be aware.
Everybody needs to be aware, and a lot of the young folks find out that they've been ensnared because they think they're too smart to have it happen to them.
Got it.
And that's what the fraud guys are looking for.
All right, very good. Tia, thanks so much for being here. Kathy, you too, and thanks for the event you're putting on. And of course, you could log on to AARP.com Fraud Watch for more information. But don't go away. Up next.